So if I was to ask you a question, have you ever had a boss or a mentor or someone with an organization that you absolutely hate? They do everything they can to put you down, to claim your work, to take benefit, to place blame, just a horrible, horrible person to work with. We have, and we all have, and again, it's a horrible place to be. As a leader, you actually have the chance to do the exact opposite of that. The more you can actually encourage and nurture and coach your team, be it even if you arrange external coaching or otherwise, can go a long, long way to develop a really thriving business. So it is true that people don't leave businesses, they leave managers. And again, there's lots of techniques that you can consider to really help get the most out of your team. There are different ways to do this as well. Even as simple as listening to your team, perhaps in the one-to-ones that we've mentioned so far, and listen to the barriers about things that they experience every day. And is there something you can do to help to actually remove these pain points? It will go a long, long way to build trust and reputation. Could you be flexible? Do they have childcare commitments? That they're a great employee, but actually they need to work around school runs, etc. Are there things that you can do which add value to your team, which will help build great enthusiasm, but actually, truth be told, don't do anything as long as they make up the work elsewhere? One, which is really important, is to do recognition. Some people love a public pat on the back, a congratulations, well done, in front of a big team, happy days. Those are something which we will touch on, and actually I rarely encourage. But likewise, you will have staff that actually hate that. That would be a negative to them because of, they don't like to be in front of people. So again, actually ask your team, how do they like to be recognized? If someone is a bit quieter, a bit more of an introvert, do it in a different way. Don't embarrass them publicly, and actually they will work harder for you for actually adapting around them and building your business to suit them. One of the things which is really important, and we've mentioned it so far in terms of sales, but actually buying wounds and the emotional journey when people make a purchase is exactly the same when people decide to work for someone else. When you join a new company, you've basically bought something really expensive that you've thrown your life into to again work with new people, etc. But actually, as a business owner or as a leader, create a really good onboarding experience. Listen to people, make them feel wanted and welcome. Take them out for lunch on the first day, and really do everything you can to make them feel part of the team, make them feel special, and make sure that they don't regret joining the company. These first impressions, as when we meet anyone, are super, super important. So especially within the first, few weeks of someone joining your team, really do everything you can to create a great process and have them spread the word about what a great company this is and how more people should join them if an opportunity ever comes up. One of the great things, again, we all sit in meetings and often they're crap and you just waste time. And if it's allocated an hour, people will sit there for an hour. For one, if you have a meeting and basically you get everything done, as you should do because you set the agenda at the start, end the meeting as soon as it's done and let people get back on to adding value and doing what they do best. But then likewise, if you can, there's no reason why your meeting has to be in a meeting room. Warren Buffett and Steve Jobs were massive advocates for walking meetings. You're so much more creative. Just walking around keeps the blood pumping, the brain, and the fresh air will help stimulate new ideas. So just keep it in mind. There's something different to do with your team if you've got something to discuss. Probably best in small groups, not large groups. But again, it's all these little ideas of things that you can implement which could make a real difference. And then one final token, which I'm a massive fan of. Do your team have a workbook? Actually have something like this that they can track all of their actions in, their tasks, what's expected, when, and their day-to-day notes for their job. Over time, these are massively valuable, but what it also does, it helps reduce mistakes and things get missed because actually people can write down everything they need to do and go back and check. Just this simple change in making sure that everyone on your team doesn't miss out anything, is more on time, will help you run a more lean and efficient business. There it is again. And actually, it will go a long, long way to helping improve business performance.